Hi friends, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. So I have finished this project. It is huge, and if you saw my last video, I showed just kind of me working on it in my workstation. This is an A5 size set of inserts. So for like a ring bound like planner, but it's junk journal style. And this is herbal and mushroom themed. This is for Mandy. There are 60 pages, which in the ring bound terms, it is 120 pages because there's two to each side. So there's 120 pages. Here's what it looks like. Here's the edges. Okay, so I'm gonna flip through it. It's gonna take a little while. There's a lot. So my understanding is that Mandy is going to be using this to write down what she's been learning about healing and herbs, and she loves mushrooms and things like that. She's been doing reading and research and learning on that, and this is where she's going to be keeping that. So what I tried to do is give her a decorated canvas to add her own learning and artistic touches to. So I started off with the front page having this frame on it so that she can title this whatever she wants to, like my healing book, notes on herbs, or maybe just the dates, maybe just her name. So I have that. And then this side, there's some music paper, which will go beautifully with some papers later on, and then a stamp. So you can journal here, and she could add extra collaging and things if she wanted to. And then she loves book pages added to these because she likes to read them. And then I just added this little piece of cardstock, like a vintage cardstock here, and some sewing. I used the same stitch throughout the entire book. I'm in love with this stitch right now. I just think it is simple and elegant. She can write a little note about something here. We have a little bit of lace. When we flip it over, and I'm trying to not cover up too many of these words because here's a nice little story on a knot garden. This is from a book on designing an herb garden here. And so here's a little tag to journal in, and she can also write something on this pocket. And then I added this page. So there's this pretty graphic, a little paper ribbon, and then she can journal here. And then on this side, I did some stenciling and some stamping. So she has that whole place for journaling. And then here we have just a collage I did. So it looks like I think this is a Tim Holtz journal card. This is a little recipe for some potpourri. Here's a vintage vocabulary card, and then a little berry wreath from my berry kit. Some lace there at the top. And these are from Digital Collage Club, Herbs Apothecary, Dandelion and Calendula. And then she can tuck stuff in there. Oh, actually, I had a paper for her to write on. I was like, there we go. And so here's the next page. This is from a herb book. It's on leaf shapes, leaf margins, and flower arrangements. I added a little bit of measuring tape and then a giant wallpaper tag that she can journal on the back of. Stick in there. Then on this side, this is from an herbal book, The Common Comfrey. And then I turned that into a pocket. This is a little vintage paper I got from Feed the Birdies on Instagram. From one of the, I think that was one of the D-stash boxes she sent me. I love that sheet. So here's from another book on herbs, beautiful graphics. I've added tabs throughout the book, and I've left them blank so she can title them. So if it's something she wants to remember, whether it's on the page or if she takes notes on a specific thing, she can also clip more things over this if she wants to. She can actually write it on there and find it easily, since she may want to use this for reference. Here's a little piece of paper. I think this is from Allure Books Crafts on Etsy. It was just left over from the Etsy archaeology series I did on her. I just cut that out, stamped it. You can still read what's under it, but you can take some notes on it. So then we come to the gorgeous, gorgeous paper from Digital Curio. These were specifically designed for this book. I asked Digital Curio if she would design me some mushroom pages for this kit, and she did so, and they're available on her shop. They're called Mushroom Ephemera pages, and I will leave a coupon code down below. She has created a coupon code for any of my subscribers for any of her products for any time, 25% off, so you can see that in the description box below. Look at that gorgeous paper, and I didn't want to cover up too much of it. Here's the mushroom stamp I bought for this journal. I made a little side pocket. And then here are some index cards that my mother-in-law made for me. She stamped for me with some gold ink. And then I just put them in here so you can still see the mushroom. On this side we have a hop plant, some mushroom washi tape that I bought. Look at how beautiful that is. And then a little vintage card with a C, because this is from the family Cannabaceae. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but there's a little vintage C so she can take notes on that. And this was also from Feed the Birdies. So there's that one. And then this paper was so pretty, I didn't want to cover it, and it's got some like shiny raised parts to it. I just stitched on like an inch ruler so maybe she can take measurements of different plants or things like that. And then I made a pocket on this side, and these are one of my vintage mushrooms. I have these in journal cards available in my shop. And then here's a bag from Above Par Crafts that I just stamped with a mushroom stamp, added some lace, and she could put specimens or put in index cards or note pages inside of that bag. Here's a really pretty picture of the forest, and there's gold foiling. Again, more little herbal labels from Digital Collage Club, the burdock and comfrey. They're stitched on there. Sorry, I'm having a hard time talking. I have a virus. I'm not feeling well. I'm still trying to get stuff done. Okay, herb gardens to visit. I thought that was cool. Added some washi. Here's a little vintage herb print and some very old little note pages that Joanne Hall sent to me, and some Happy Mail. And I slipped those in there so she could take some notes. This is about some herbs and plants from the Lewis and Clark expedition and stuff like that. So I just added a little label. More gorgeous paper from Digital Collage Club from the mushroom. Joanne Hall created this for me. Junk Journal Treasures is her Etsy shop. So if you want to get stuff like this, you know, I use her stuff in my stuff. Use her stuff in my stuff all the time. So here's a big pocket, and then I made this giant textured sewn tag that she can take notes on. And then this paper is also from Digital Curio. It is called Parchment Leaves, and I love these for nature journals. So I added that, and then I sprayed some Distress Spray Stain on this ruffle. And then this is Digital Collage Club, just a little mushroom down there. More mushroom ephemera paper. I have a wallpaper pocket, a lace tab, and then in the pocket we have a vintage index card from Feed the Birdies, and then a little vintage book page from Feed the Birdies, and I liked how it said oak, so I slipped that in there. I thought that would be an amazing bookmark for maybe whatever book she's reading. And then this little journal card that I made with some vintage cardstock and a little mushroom stamp. Here's another book page. I added some butterfly washi and a coffee dyed tab. And then I just clipped on a little journal card. This is from, getting my ephemera packs confused because I've made so many. I'm thinking this is from Blue Skies because there's a blue butterfly on it. And so I added that. And then this is some construction paper, but I love the feel of it. And then a sticker that says notes and date, a little mushroom. And then here, this was from, I think this was from Joanne, pretty sure. And then it says date, subject, occasion, place, and comments. And then I did a stamp on there. Just a pretty background with some lace and a butterfly. On this side, this is from Studio Denmark. Love that paper. And then a fabric ribbon that I made. More amazing mushroom paper from Digital Curio. There is a little book page tab. A coffee dyed tuck spot with a stamp, and then one of my little mushroom cards. And then I'll point out a couple different ones of these papers throughout, and then I have more. But this is a set that I was designing called A Walk in the Autumn Woods, and there's some vintage, not vintage, vintage looking, but they're just autumn leaves in the background, kind of a parchment paper background. But there's several pages, and my idea was kind of a notebook that a naturalist might use, and I'm going to be offering that to you guys for free. There's several pages to it. It's all like autumn and nature themed. So there's mushrooms and falling leaves and pumpkins and ink spots and pens and things that go with naturalists. So make any purchase in my shop and then just write "A Walk in the Autumn Woods" in the notes section, and I will send that over to you. And then here's this side. This background is from SenecaPondCrafts, and then I have some nature stickers on there. Oops. Here's another book page, paper ribbon, some washi. This one is one of my favorite pages. I love the mushroom paper. This is just from a paper pad that I found. And then there's this plastic frame that I stitched and glued on here with a little Tim Holtz ephemera. And then this is one of my mushroom cards that is slipped in there, and you can slip it out and journal on it. And then here's a background stencil and stamp page that I did. Digital curio mushroom again. I stitched on some lace. And then collage some book pages on this side. Another book page. Just added a graphic 45 stamp down there. And a sticker here. I love how the sticker, I think it's the same flower. So super awesome. Here's a sticker exploring the outdoors. And then these little plants and herbs that are from a coloring book. You can color those. And then some mushroom washi. I love this washi tape. Some sari silk and some distress spray stain. Then I also used papers from TlcCreatesVintage. They're watercolor papers. Definitely check out her shop. Amazing. And so I did a stamp on this. I think it is amazing for journaling. Gives so much interest. And so here's another TlcCreatesVintage background. And I added some nature stickers. And then, oh wait, yeah. So both sides are TlcCreatesVintage. And then here is a nature page. And then I made a little tuck spot. And then these are alphabet stickers, so she can label things throughout. And then this is from Artie Mays. It's a little dragonfly journal card. And then this is also a book page from an herb book, Hardiness Zones of North America. Little tab, little tuck spot, papers for journaling, little book page, bits and pieces. And then here we have another book page. This is from Joanne Hall. And then I just have a piece of scrapbook paper for journaling, and then a little book page herbal journaling tag that I made. On this side, I love this page. So it's a little bit of ledger turned into a pocket with 2 index cards that my mother-in-law made. And then I put the word healer on there. So this is also digital curio, and then I just did some labels and things here along the side. And this is SenecaPondCraft background, and then just some leaf stamps. This one came out really cute as well. So we have book page, talks about lemon balm and things like that in the background. And then there's 2 butterfly punch outs that have mushrooms on them, and then a sticker that says wonder. On this side, we have a Tim Holtz journal card with a little pink mushroom sticker on it. We're talking about lavender on this book page. Beautiful mushroom paper. I did like a burlap pocket with some little herbal cards. And then Joanne Hall coffee dyed this paper for me in one of her Happy Mails. I added some stitching and slipped it in here so that we have a really nice fun paper to journal on. And then a little collage on that side. More TlcCreatesVintage. I just added mushroom stamps and measuring on the top. And then on this side we have a vintage playing card. And then this flips up. And there's a little tuck spot with a little mini journal card from Joanne. So that is a fun page. Beautiful mushrooms from Digital Curio. I did a lace tab. And then on this side, this book page flips open so you can read both sides. We have more parchment leaves and that we can journal on. And this is Digital Collage Club little tab. So, sorry, I've had many interruptions, but okay. So there's a little lace flip on this book page. And then a quote, "I go to nature to be soothed and healed and to have my senses put in order." Beautiful mushroom paper, and then a little mushroom or a little envelope clipped on here, a vintage envelope that I got from Feed the Birdies. It says the adventure begins, and then some nice graph paper from Allure Book Crafts. Another book page. There's so many of these pages. There's a little tuck spot from Joanne, and then a Tim Holtz journal card I added some lace to. And then on this side there is a mushroom journal card. A foiled page, and you can kind of see through it a little bit. So pretty. Just left that as is. She can move that around as a divider. Here's like a really pretty butterfly page that's kind of embossed. And then here's just a collaged lace and contents page. This is one of the pages from my A Walk in the Winter Woods. So you kind of get the idea. This pen shows up in at least one of the other pages. And I just thought it was super pretty. So I put it in here as a flip up so she can journal. And then we have a pocket with a vintage calendar page that I got from Feed the Birdies from this 1977, and a little mushroom tag that I made. So those go in the pocket, and some sari silk on top. There's another book page. I added washi and a tab. So much to read and look at on that one. Some little collage there. And I love doing these homemade lines for journaling. They're so much fun. I made a little tab out of this butterfly. I just folded it in half. Little sticker. Then I think this is where my video picked up yesterday when I was working on these pages. So I'm not going to talk about them too much because you can just go to the last video and hear me talk about them then. So I'm not going to talk about these too much, just show them to you. So all of these were done in that video. So then we'll pick back up after the video, and we have some lace. I got this at Michael's when they had their stuff like 75% off. Our Michael's closed. Here's a wildflower from Graphics Fairy. Pretty. This is from Honeybee Ephemera. The background paper, that's also digital curio. So a coffee dyed paper ribbon on this glossary of terms. And then this is SenecaPondCrafts. It's a little luggage tag, and then I just added some mushroom washi to the vintage index card. And then these are from Above Par Crafts, and I just made a tuck spot for this Tim Holtz tag. Little mushroom tab, some mushroom journal cards. Joanne sent me this too, African Violet. Just left that as a flip up. Here's a tab, and then more homemade lines for journaling, some collaging. This is digital curio. This is from her Yellow Textures. Absolutely check that one out, you guys. This is one of my favorite packs that she has. Amazing yellow textures, and I love working with yellow. So here's another one of the pages from A Walk in the Winter Woods. There's like 2 sides to each one, so this is just half. But there's mushrooms and feathers and leaves and acorns and walnuts and things like that. So you're definitely going to want to check out that pack, and you can only get it by asking for it when you make a purchase in my shop, and I'll send it right over to you. Really pretty foiled page. Again, this one has music on it. Another pretty mushroom page. This one is fun because I added a couple different colored pages that kind of all coordinate, and she can write notes and rip them off if she wants. There's a Graphic 45 stamp. There's some inking and collaging. This one's fun too because it's a top corner tuck spot with that paper for journaling. A tag, an index card, washi, journal spaces. I did more homemade journal lines, but I had them going this direction. This is a little envelope that Joanne made me. And then here's a pocket collage I did using Tim Holtz journal cards, the papers from Digital Curio, sticker, and then there's some index cards tucked in the pocket so she can journal on those. Another book page, so much to read on that. This is a K & Company piece of ephemera, little tab, and then I added 2 book pages that she can either read completely about herbs or she can use as collage. Cut them out and put them where she wants them. I thought this was a kind of a cute idea. It's like a chalkboard type. It's black and white paper, and then I just added some different cutout like herb pictures on some of the dates. Little mushroom journal card there. Some fun edging. Some mushroom stamping at the bottom, and then the back cover. So wow, you guys, it's huge. So if anybody is interested in like ring inserts, I can do all the different sizes, you know, whatever you have, personal wide, A5, whatever they are. But I'm not going to actually like list this in my shop. Maybe I should. I don't know. I might. You might see it there, you might not. But just go to my link down below and message me if you're interested in inserts, because this is 60 pages and that is a lot. I think Mandy said she would only put like half in at a time. It was that many. So, yeah. You can tell me how many pages, what size. It's very customized, and the price would vary greatly depending upon what you want or need. So you can chat with me about that over on my shop. So this video is already over 20 minutes long, so I should probably go. But I loved making this. I can't wait to get it to Mandy. I hope you all have a wonderful day.